If you hide in a cabinet to scare someone but accidentally discover a senior's secret, what should you do? Today the show invited the duo Eyes and Asayao. They were asked to put on swan costumes, then hide in the cabinet to scare the senior. The two thought they finally had a chance to become famous. However, not long after the two hid inside, Senior Sasano walked into the lounge with his assistant. Before the two could even sit down, Sasano started giving orders. No one was allowed to enter. The two hiding in the cabinet had no idea what was going on outside. They could only wait for the director's instructions. Then at that moment, Sasano actually locked the door. Then he couldn't wait to put on lipstick and start doing makeup. This scene left the two in the cabinet completely stunned, but they quickly made up an excuse for themselves. This might be Sasano's shooting requirement for today. Then the next second, the senior not only put on lipstick and did makeup, but also changed into a miniskirt and a wig. The two couldn't bear to look, and Sasano's outfit had gone beyond preparing for a role. Just then the assistant came back. The two in the cabinet had no intention of playing a prank at all. Instead, they hoped they wouldn't be discovered. However, after hearing Sasano's secret conversation with the assistant, the senior they had always respected was actually a crossdresser in private, and this explosive secret they had just found out by accident. While the two were still thinking about how to get out, Sasano outside the cabinet actually instructed the assistant to take sexy photos of him. All kinds of poses and angles were available. This hot scene was enough for them to watch. The two were silently praying in their hearts that they wouldn't be found. Then Sasano walked straight to the cabinet, then struck an even more coquettish pose. At the same time, the director hiding in the dark in advance started to play a trick. So, luckily the two had fast hands. The moment the cabinet door popped open, they quickly closed it. Both of them were scared of being found at this moment. Just when they thought they were safe, Sasano suddenly started arguing with the assistant. The reason was that the assistant bought the wrong color underwear. Soon the two started fighting. They fought all the way to the cabinet. The two inside the cabinet were afraid the cabinet would be opened again, and that's exactly what the director thought. He gently pulled it from the dark. Even though they had already been seen, the two still stubbornly closed the cabinet door. Sasano directly pulled open the cabinet door, facing Eyes face to face. Eyes chose to play dumb. He didn't understand anything asked, and Asayao next to him was already trembling with fear. The moment his cabinet door was also opened, his face turned pale with fear. Seeing the two keep apologizing, the show crew came out and explained the prank truth. They, though, thought they were going to be banned. If you offend someone, and they threaten you and follow you home, what should you do? Today the director came up with just such a scenario, so he tricked Okumura into coming out for an outdoor show. Actually, the goal was to get him to test the scenario. Unaware of anything, Okumura kept provoking the puppet during the performance for the show's effect. This made the puppet very angry. The puppet went up to threaten him. But Okumura thought it was just joking, and became even more arrogant. At the end of the performance, the host asked the two to hug each other, so he went up and said harsh words again. After this whole sequence, Okumura really thought the puppet was completely furious. He went backstage and quickly told his assistant what had happened. While wondering if he should leave right now, the puppet walked in. It came straight for Okumura, and even tried to attack him. Luckily the staff stopped it. The puppet could only curse as it was dragged away. By now Okumura was truly scared and wanted to go home, so his assistant took him home to rest. Meanwhile, the puppet had already gotten in a car earlier, and arrived at his house. Soon, half an hour later, Okumura got home. He found the living room door, which was usually open, was closed, and the TV was on. He immediately sensed something was wrong. He pulled out an umbrella from the corner, and carefully checked every corner of the room. This scared Okumura's legs so much they went weak, and the puppet slowly stood up. Okumura kept apologizing, while desperately trying to open the door, but it wouldn't open no matter what, because the director's team had blocked the door long ago. Just when Okumura was about to break down, the show's crew appeared and explained the situation. If you are strolling down the street, you come across someone who looks just like your mom, but that person has no idea who you are, what would you react? The production team learned Weisheng has not visited his parents back home for a long time, so they specially invited his mother to join in on the prank. They also had his mother dress up on purpose, planning a chance encounter on his way home from work. The team placed his mother on the only path Weisheng takes after work. After seeing Weisheng far away, his mother began to walk forward intentionally. At that moment, Weisheng noticed a familiar figure in front of him. Did he misidentify the person? He looked at the woman right in front of him, who was wearing a floral dress his mother dislikes the most, but both her voice and appearance were identical to his own mother. This whole situation made Weisheng start to doubt himself, but his mother stayed fully in character. She managed not to laugh the entire time. Weisheng kept getting turned down by her, even though she kept avoiding him. Weisheng walked closer to take a careful look, then stated firmly that it was definitely his mother. His mother refused to admit it all along. In my opinion, he could have just made a call to check. After all, she was holding her phone the whole time. Amid those constant refusals, Weisheng started to believe the woman was not actually his mother. He even apologized to her when she walked away. He will probably go back to his hometown to visit his parents in a few days and tell them all about this incident. They went to explore and film at a place with paranormal incidents, but they met an uncle who claimed to be the administrator. In fact, he had died many years ago. Then when the artist got home and saw the uncle, what would his reaction be? A few days ago, the production team tricked Polani into joining a courage test show. While they were seriously collecting materials, a man walked in. It was obvious that Polani was not brave. The uncle claimed to be the administrator here. He thought the production team's uninvited filming was illegal, and he wanted to call the police. Polani tried to persuade him properly, but the two sides became more and more agitated as they talked. Fortunately, the director stepped in and resolved the situation in time. The uncle then agreed to let them leave, but he took a photo of each of them. 2 days later, Polani was called to the company. It turned out that the uncle had filed a complaint against them. He demanded that they either pay $30 million in compensation or deactivate their social media accounts. After discussing with his agent, Polani neither wanted to spend money nor wanted the show to be interrupted. Finally, they decided to choose a good day to apologize to the administrator. On the third day, when Polani finished recording another program, he made an unexpected discovery. He was shocked that the uncle was so angry that he seemed to be everywhere. On the fourth day, to make Polani even more scared, the production team specially arranged another encounter, which deepened Polani's sense of guilt. This directly scared Polani away. He kept checking whether the uncle was chasing him along the way. Soon it was the agreed day for the apology. They went to the uncle's house together. When the door opened, it was not the original administrator. After the director stated their purpose, the uncle then let down his guard. But when the director narrated the whole incident, things began to go wrong. This conversation left Polani stunned. If the uncle in front of him was the real administrator, then who was the one that had been appearing in his life? At first they were afraid they had met a liar, but when they described the appearance of that lying uncle, they found out that the uncle had committed suicide many years ago. This was even more terrifying than meeting a liar. Polani could not restrain his inner fear at all. After all, he had seen him every day during this period. At this moment, the production team played their biggest trick. They asked the real uncle to hold a crow and wait in Polani's house in advance. Soon Polani arrived home. Then what would his reaction be when he saw this scene? He was so scared that he almost jumped out of the house, but he was also curious about who it was. This curiosity almost scared him to death. After confirming it was that uncle, he immediately thought of calling the police. But how could the police deal with a ghost? He originally wanted to open the door and escape, but the moment he opened the door he saw the production team. Fortunately, it was just a prank. Otherwise Polani would really take a taxi and go back to his country.